Hey guys, welcome to another video. It's Steve Arito. Hope you guys are having a great day. I've been having a good day. Been trying to stay healthy. Drank my whole milk for lunch. Mom would be proud, right? Drinking my milk. They've actually proven that human beings don't really need to drink milk. Cows are the only ones that really need milk. But I still think that milk has some benefits to it. You get some vitamins in there you might not normally get. But we can do another video on milk some other time, maybe a YouTube short. But if you guys haven't liked these videos, please like the video. Please subscribe. Push the like button. Takes 2 seconds. Um, it will help boost this video. But today's video, guys, is going to be a response to one of my viewers. I made a video, 7 reasons why you cannot win with a borderline woman. And that's not every borderline. I try to come to the defense of some borderlines out there just because not every borderline is going to give you a hard time in life. There's some borderlines that keep their mental illness to themselves and they don't make it other people's problem. But you're going to get those right in your face borderlines that are antisocial. Those ones are the ones that are hard to deal with. Anyway, guys, this is a comment from one of my subscribers. He or she said, Steve, so what is the best way to have them come back around? I got ghosted and blocked now for a month. I have deactivated my social media so she can't see what I'm up to. I wanted to show you guys Tabby for a second. She's outside. She loves playing on the screen. I let her just go out and play on the screen for a while, then I'll let her back in. Thought you guys, thought we could take a second so you guys could say hi to Tabby. Hi, Tabby. She's so cute. Anyway, guys, we're going to get back to the question. Steve, so what is the best way to have them come back around? I got ghosted and blocked now for a month. I deactivated my social media so she can't see what I'm up to and figure if I just ignore and not care about her blocking and ghosting, it'll make her come back around like a curious cat. What's your experience and advice? Just so you have a little background on her, I know that her mom and her 2 stepsisters are borderline and that her dad is schizophrenic. First of all, yes, you're right. A lot of family dynamics, if you have a father that has schizophrenia and you're the child of that person, you're more likely to have schizophrenia. If you have a mother that's borderline and you have daughters that from that borderline, they're more likely to be borderline because family genetics can play into mental illness. So you're right about that. He's mentioning, just so you know, have a little background, her mom and her 2 stepsisters are borderline and have schizophrenia. So what are my thoughts? We'll just read his question real quick and then I'm going to respond to it. Steve, so what's the best way to have them come back around? I got ghosted and blocked it now for a month. I deactivated my social media so she can't see what I'm up to and figure if I just ignore and not care, she'll come back like a cat, right? What's your experience and advice? First of all, thank you for leaving a comment. Any one of my subscribers are more than welcome to leave comments. It helps get discussions going. It helps get videos created. I take your ideas and then make videos out of it. But my experience with borderlines has been kind of a rocky road to say the least. Like one time I knocked on my borderline girlfriend's door because I hadn't seen her for a couple days. At this time, she was dating a couple different people. She was dating me. She was dating her downstairs neighbor. So she was kind of doing the promiscuous thing. But I hadn't seen her for like 2 or 3 days. So I was her next door neighbor and I was her boyfriend at the time. One of her boyfriends at least. So I was just checking on her to make sure she was okay. And when I knocked on her door, she had a PTSD flashback because a former boyfriend had gone up to see her and he was violent towards her. This was in a different state. And so I believe in that moment, my girlfriend had a PTSD flashback of, the moment that boyfriend, came up, knocked on her door and was violent towards her, physically assaulted her and everything. So BPD girls can have, like I said, they can have major PTSD flashbacks where if they have a PTSD flashback, they immediately go into somewhat of a form of psychosis where, survival is on the mind. They can become very paranoid. Like I know when I had a girl staying at my house that had borderline, she was looking out the window all night and couldn't sleep. She couldn't sleep. She couldn't sleep because she was worried someone was going to vandalize her car because they had been vandalizing her car at the time. So her paranoia had gotten extreme to the point of psychosis. Borderline women also can they can also disassociate. So that's a form of it's almost like a form of psychosis, disassociation. Like for example, I had given my borderline girlfriend a ride to jail because she had got an OUI. She got like the weekend in jail. I gave her a ride to jail and I helped bail her out and everything. When I called her like a year or two later, she told me she didn't recollect me helping her. So that's an example of disassociation. She was probably having a PTSD episode on the way to jail and was disassociating, and that's why she didn't remember. But you're going to get with borderline women and narcissistic women, they're both cluster B personalities. And then the DSM, they're both considered mental illnesses. So you're going to get impulsive, bizarre behaviors from narcissistic women, from borderline women. Like I said, they're both cluster B, so they lack empathy. So if she's ghosted you, you said, I got ghosted and blocked now for a month. You know, them ghosting you, like I said, more than likely, sir, you've done nothing wrong to deserve this. Don't lash out at them or be angry at them because, like I said, borderline is a severe mental illness. Narcissism is actually a mental illness. Narcissist personality disorder is in the DSM as a mental illness. So ghosting, you might think that the ghosting's about you. It might be because she's having a PTSD episode. Maybe the last time she got super close to a man, he belted her in the fucking head and she had a concussion, had to spend the night at the emergency room. And this was her boyfriend that did this to her. So you have to keep in mind that she may be breaking up with you or pushing you away, not because you've done anything wrong, sir. You may have done everything right. Like I tell my viewers all the time, you could literally be Jesus Christ of Nazareth and they would still break up with you. They would find a reason to devalue you, even if you were Jesus Christ. They do it to push you away. They do it because they feel safer alone. Sometimes their PTSD can be triggered just having other people in the room. You know, like someone with major PTSD, they may have, if they have a visitor in the house, they may have to lock the door because they may not even trust the person in the next room, even if it's their friend. So a lot of these women have co-occurring disorders. Like sometimes a borderline woman can have schizophrenia. Like one of my ex-girlfriends had borderline and schizophrenia. She was going into psychosis. When she was in psychosis, she would get violent with me, have me up by the throat outside of our building. So you're going to see impulsive. They have something called an impulsive borderline, which your girlfriend might be an impulsive borderline. So that's where you're going to see the impulsive behaviors like ghosting, blocking. You know, you might have had sex with this girl last week, had the most awesome sex. Next week, she's blocking you and get together with her ex-boyfriend. They're very impulsive. They don't think about the long run. They don't think about the future. Like when she breaks up with you, she's not thinking about the future. She's just thinking about today, thinking about tomorrow. Borderline individuals, narcissistic individuals are very today focused, very self-focused. So like I said, don't think that this breakup has anything to do with you. This may purely be her symptoms, her PTSD. She may have fallen into a PTSD episode because her last boyfriend beat the fuck out of her. And now getting close to you, having a boyfriend is starting to trigger that PTSD, starting to make her feel afraid. Is this new guy going to hurt me? I guess the only way to prevent him from possibly hurting me is to push him away because my last boyfriend put me in the hospital. So now this woman starts to equate affection and love with PTSD symptoms. Now you loving her and caring about her is actually triggering her PTSD. And she's getting those fight or flight symptoms that's telling her to push you away. So don't take her behavior personally. Like I said, BPD is a major mental illness. Narcissism is a major mental illness. The ghosting, like I said, is just impulsive behavior. BPD girls also go through value-devalue cycles or love-hate cycles. I'd recommend you watch some Dr. Grande videos. He has a lot of awesome borderline videos. The ghosting is about control. The blocking is about control. You know, if they block you, they feel like they have control over the relationship, when it ends, when it stops. If they ghost you, it makes them feel like they have control over the environment, control over their housing, control over their situation. Um, Sometimes just being around other people can be triggering to someone with PTSD because you don't know if the other person, let's say it's a friend of yours, they're in your vehicle, you don't know if they have drugs on them. So you start having a PTSD episode because maybe you have your gun on you, you have a firearm on you, your self defense weapon, and you don't want to have a friend in the car that has drugs on them. So you start having anxiety and you start equating to the fact that maybe you'd be safer riding alone because you can't trust the person next to you. Like me, I've had friends that I've had to not allow in my vehicle because I was concerned about their drug problem. I can't have people have drugs in my vehicle. So, I've had to set boundaries with people and not give rides to certain people that I know do drugs because I can't be involved in the drug scene. So don't be afraid to set boundaries. More than likely, the girl that you're talking about, more than likely, she's going to Hoover. They call it a borderline Hoover. I actually have some Hoover videos you can check out on my channel description list. You might even be able to filter it for the word Hoover to see some of my Hoover videos. I was personally Hoovered twice. One time it was after 2 years. She used sex to get me back. She actually said, "Do you want to Netflix and chill tonight?" That night we're having doggy style sex, and then she ghosted me like 3 days later. It's a girl with BPD. She had impulsive BPD. She would constantly block me. It'd be 2 years, and then she'd unblock me, hit me back up with, "Hey, you want to Netflix and chill?" Then she'd ghost me again a week later. One time she was homeless in her vehicle, hit me up, "Hey, can I come stay at your house?" I let her come stay 3 weeks until my landlord kicked her dogs out, and then she's ghosted me again, going on 3 years. So that's all I have to say in regards to this comment is, if she's doing this, more than likely she is going to Hoover, but your job is to understand that this is a cycle of mental illness. If she's truly BPD, then she's going to keep cycling between value, devalue cycles. You being the romantic partner, they also do this with friends. They also do this with family. Like, for example, I have a family member that I suspect has borderline that goes through cycles of value devaluement in her family. 1 minute she loves mom, the next minute she hates mom. That's an example of a borderline person. They very so often switch polarities between positive and negative. Today they wake up, they're in a good mood. Tomorrow they want to bite someone's head off. Borderline people love to create drama. They love to pick fights. Like, for example, if I was to have a conversation with you, I'd probably find out that you've done nothing that you can think of wrong to deserve this type of treatment. Like I said, it may just be her PTSD triggered, her anxiety being triggered. Maybe she's used to being alone, so being around you too much is starting to feel triggered. She's starting to feel smothered because the last 5 years she's been alone. You have to always look at the thing from the other person's side. I want to let you guys say hi to Tabby for a second. What, Tabby? What do you want, baby? What do you want? I already fed you. What do you want, baby? Isn't she cute? So yeah, the ghosting and blocking is all about control. As far as ignoring her to try to attract her, yes, it does. In the dating world, that does somewhat work because the other person starts to get a little curious while you're ignoring them. But sometimes narcissists and borderlines will just finally discard a person. Like, a really good guy, like, I don't even know who you are. Just the fact that you were dating somebody with mental illness shows me that you're an empath, that you're a caring individual, that you're a caring person, that you wanted to be there for this person. Your job is to not take her behavior personally. The ghosting and blocking is symptoms of her mental illness. If she's truly narcissistic, if she's truly BPD, she's going to cycle between value, devaluement. 1 minute she thinks you're the greatest boyfriend ever. You're having sex with the girl. The next minute she's blocking you, telling all her friends she doesn't want to see you anymore because you're smothering her. This is a classic BPD case that I'm hearing in this paragraph. The blocking, the ghosting. BPD girls love to block and ghost. They don't like to talk about things. They're shy, so they'd rather not even talk about it. If they have some sort of argument with you or something that they've done wrong, especially if they've done something wrong, they're going to avoid talking to you because they don't want to take accountability for the things they've done wrong. They'll be very quick to ghost you, very quick to give you silent treatment, very quick to change their phone number because they lack empathy, because it's a cluster B personality. They don't really really think of your feelings too much because of the mental illness. They're truly self-focused. BPD is a disease that makes you self-focused because you really have to work hard to regulate your emotions. Dysregulation being a major part of borderline. So that you're going to see their moods are all over the place. That's borderline for you. They're very dysregulated people. One minute they're crying, the next minute they're laughing. They can cry on the dime. They could literally be Hollywood actors. BPD girls are very good actors. But as far as you ignoring her, yeah, you could try that. But like I said, if this girl's truly BPD, if she's truly narcissistic, she's going to keep cycling with you. If you're okay with that, that's fine. But the problem is I don't recommend that you keep dealing with this person, because the more you get attached, the harder it is every time she leaves. And if she already has a pattern of ghosting and leaving, more than likely this pattern is going to continue, especially if she's borderline, especially if she's narcissistic. You could literally be the best boyfriend in the world. You could be Jesus Christ. You could be The Rock. You could be the Pope. And she's going to still fault find. Maybe she doesn't like the way you throw your socks on the floor. That really bothers her and she wants you to move out. That's a classic example of a narcissistic borderline pick. They're going to find something that you're doing that they don't like. You don't leave the seat down when you go pee. So they want you the fuck out of their house, and they mean it. They want to date other guys because you don't leave the seat down. It's really pissing them the fuck off. This is how easily a woman can get mad and want you out of her house. So just know that if you do take her back, you're going to still deal with those cycles, value devaluement cycles, which is going to cause your mental health to be affected. You might become suicidal. You might become upset. You might become rageful. And I don't think it's worth the cost to you. The cost to benefit ratio is not worth it. I would tell this person, look, if you want to have coffee sometime at the local coffee store, we can do that. But we're not doing the boyfriend, girlfriend anymore. You had your chance. You backed out. That was your choice. You ended the relationship at this time. So just stand on that. Let's just be friends. I think honestly that's the best way to go, because if she's going to already start playing games with you, then you're the fuck out of this relationship. Why take the chance to be suicidal? Like I was actually suicidal over a former girlfriend. That this was like 10 years ago, but I almost took my life from my borderline girlfriend. So I don't recommend playing Russian roulette with a relationship like this. A person like this could get you arrested. They could get domestic violence charges on you. Maybe they attacked you and you pushed them off them and they fell down, broke their wrist. Now you're going to jail because you pushed them off them, but they attacked you first. So what I'm saying is it's a recipe for disaster, because borderline girls love drama. They absolutely love drama. Like one of my former girlfriends told me that she got peeled off a couch by the police department. They're literally peeling her off the couch because her and her boyfriend were drunk, and she's peeling them off the couch. That's the level of drama that borderlines like. I mean, she was literally carried down the stairs by the police. That's the level of drama. Borderline girls love drama. So if you have a peaceful apartment, they might throw a lamp across the room and smash it just to start a fucking fight and say they're mad because you didn't make supper tonight. This is how fast the shit can hit the fan. They get triggered very easily. Like I said, I had just knocked on my girlfriend's door, and in her mind, that triggered her PTSD, and she called 911. The police showed up to talk to me. No charges were filed. They had actually ended up taking her to the hospital, where she spent a month in psychosis, thinking the whole police department was after her. So dealing with these girls has its risks. They could get you arrested. They could put you in a mental health crisis. So I think we've answered your question, sir. I think the answer is you need to set boundaries with this person. You need to say, look, I care about you. I love you, but we're going to just be friends at this point. You had your chance to be a mature adult, to stay in this and try to be mature and work through these issues, and you backed out, blocked me, and ghosted me. Sorry, we're just friends at this point. I don't want to be your boyfriend. If you set boundaries like that, you're going to see a lot of people in the neighborhood start and respect you to a higher level. Maybe other women in the area are like, wow, this guy's sticking up for himself. Ain't that attractive? So what I'm saying is self-care and self-love goes a long way. Sir, you don't want to be in this shit show. I see it as a shit show. I see it as her playing with your emotions. Meanwhile, she doesn't give a fuck because she has a cluster B personality, which lacks empathy. if she's not going to care about your feelings, why the fuck should you care about hers? Just tell her you want to be friends. That's how you solve this. Just tell her we can be friends, but that's it. We're not doing the boyfriend, girlfriend shit because I'm not letting you run my fucking heart through the fucking grinder. Anyway, guys, if you like videos like this, you can like, subscribe, and share. Don't forget to check out my merch. If you have any family members you're going to shop for, you can check out my brand on Amazon. It's Faith Rising, FaithRizing, into the Amazon search bar to see my 500 designs. That's FaithRizing into the Amazon search bar to see my shirts starting at $13.49. I have pillows starting at $19.99. All that make a great gift, guys, is shipped right to your door from Amazon. I'll save pay. That's my line. That's my brand. Faith Rising is something I built from the ground up. So if you guys can be a customer, that really make me happy. I love logging on to my Amazon account, seeing that I've sold a shirt. My last sale was a grasshopper shirt. You can check out my grasshopper shirt. I sold a copy of that. I sold 5 shirts in Europe. So the brand is slowly picking up thanks to people like you that will buy a shirt for a family member. Buy a shirt for yourself. Anyway, guys, like, subscribe, and share. Don't forget, if anyone's suicidal tonight, reach out to family, reach out to friends, call a local hospital, ask to talk to a doctor on duty. You got to keep in mind, these doctors, these local police officers can be your friend. The police are not your enemy. The police would come and take you to the hospital and save your life today. If you were suicidal, they would come and pick you up and take you to the hospital. Don't believe this media campaign against hatred against the police. They don't deserve it. It's not warranted. I know a lot of really nice local police officers in my town that would give their life to save my life. So this cop hatred campaign is a bunch of bullshit, needs to stop. We need to start respecting our police who would take a bullet for our sister, take a bullet for our mother. Why don't you show some fucking respect to these people that deserve it? Anybody that hates on a cop, in my book, is a fucking criminal anyway, that people don't respect. We don't respect that type of behavior. So if you don't want to be respected, then be a criminal. Anyway, guys, till next time, have a good one. Bye.